I get suicidal pretty often. Now may not be one of those times, but I'm pretty fucking depressed. If I had a job, I'd just be more depressed. I can't help but think back to the worst period of my life, when I lived at my dad's apartment after I got kicked out of my house. I smoked cigarettes and weed inside, worked on music, and that may not sound bad, but worst of all, we got in physical fights. My dad is unhinged, always screaming, playing guitar at max volume. He eventually got evicted, so I left to my aunt's, but I left quite a lot there. I left $600 worth of shoes, GameCube controller, and a few other things. That stuff was either sold by my dad or kept in storage by the apartment, and I could never get it back because my dad won't tell me what storage number it is. One time I was at my dad's apartment and I was sold drugs, benzoids specifically, and it froze half my face, and the next day my dad was just making fun of me for it. I had my driving test on that day too, so my dad canceled it. That was probably one of the worst periods of my life. Just always fighting physically and just guilt. I spoke to my dad the other day, as I mentioned in the last video, but I don't think I'll be speaking to him again. I was just trying to get him off my mom's case. Like I said in the other video, he's just really aggressive. And it just makes me sad how far gone he is. He's not enjoyable to talk to at all. When I lived in the trap, I did cocaine. And I got cocaine tremors pretty often for a while after that. Now it's pretty good. Like now it's completely gone. But I guess whenever I'm anxious, I'm physically shaking, and that would happen every single day. Made me even more awkward than I already was. It didn't help that I got shaky around family, like if I'm hiding something, but I'm not. I don't know if it's related, but 2 cups of coffee makes me shaky, and it's never happened before. So weed, coke, and Molly boosted my anxiety by a large amount. I'm much more sensitive to psychosis. So anything anyone says to me that's rude feels like I'm being stabbed, compared to the regular person who could probably just ignore it. I get suicidal pretty often. Most of the time it's because I'm just so mad that I want to kill myself, and I never want to feel that way again, where I feel so mad and I don't want to take it out on anyone. I'll never do drugs again. I'm probably going to try CBD. I haven't tried CBD since I was like 15, and I don't remember if it was a good experience or not, but hopefully it will help me sleep. I used to be super passionate about weed. I would smoke it every day. I could probably outsmoke all of my friends, but it just makes me so paranoid now. It just puts me into psychosis, and even with a bong rip, I've experienced psychosis. Psychosis is probably the worst feeling you could ever have. I was feeling a bit of psychosis today just from overthinking. Today was pretty distressing, but it's just all in my head. Something really bad happened to me a few months ago, probably like less than half of a year ago, and it just made me even more sensitive and anxious and prone to psychosis. It turns out that really bad thing that happened to me was all just in my head. I don't know if it's the mindset. People say a mindset could fix everything, but what if you're just completely fucked? My psychosis hasn't been getting better at all. It feels as bad as it did when I started doing cocaine and weed for that too. I've been looking back at when I was in grade 8, just because my friend's mom has been a topic on my mind for quite a bit. She told him to quit rap because it's not good for his future career, and what a load of bullshit that is. And he's on her side. So is my other friend, who's completely uninvolved and has never rapped a single day in his life. But yeah, that person's sane mom did not like me in grade 8. I was supposed to hang out with my friend, and she asked for my last name. I gave her it, and she said my family are bad people. Like, how the fuck would you even know that? There's 3 other people with my last name in this fucking city. Where did you pull that from? Your fucking ass? His mom is just such a bitch, and for some reason my friend listens to her. It's like she hates me. Yeah, fuck doing drugs. You could probably die of that. It's also not good for your mental health at all. Fucked up my brain. fucked me in the ass with psychosis. Sometimes I just want to die. I get distressed easily. My life is so shit compared to everyone else's. I don't plan on killing myself anytime soon, but if I did, I would not tell anybody. Maybe I could go to heaven and apologize to my friend for cutting him off before he killed himself. Maybe I could see my uncle who killed himself. If none of the shit I'm doing right now takes off, like rapping, video making, what the fuck am I gonna do with my life? I don't think I'm mentally well enough for a job. I just can't handle that level of responsibility. And I don't want to get a car. I don't want to get my license. I don't want to save half a year money. Killing myself just seems like the easy option. But does that make it the right option? No, I promise I'm the most stable I've been in probably a few years. But am I really? I don't think my meds work. They make me too low. Even my mom mentioned that. I don't see my psychiatrist until a month from now. And I don't see my therapist for probably another month. Like for an actual session. Like I see my therapist with my psychiatrist. But we're not going to be talking. Maybe I should go back to therapy twice a month, every 2 weeks. That seems like the right option. If there's nothing to do with my life, maybe that's something.